These guys are adults, right?
Yeah, adults, black belt, like 39. Aaron Cheese, black belt, Mike Rio, black belt.
Cool, thank you.
Bro, one thing.
Yes.
Did you take the hotel just for the night? Because they just grab my stuff and they leave on the lobby.
I had the guy last night. I didn't fix it. I'm so sorry.
That's alright. No,
No, we
it's
got
just
it.
you
We'll
understand.
go together.
Alright.
Eu já passei todas as faixas e
boa,
todos pra
boa,
ele
boa.
ali. Se você quiser ter uma colinha.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. This brown and purple, what is the rule they're gonna fight?
That's a good question. Lando's the one that negotiated all that stuff. I actually need to wave him down because some of these are going to be gi and some are going to be no gi, I'm pretty sure. So I'd like to know if we can get him ahead of time.
Here. They say they give it to you.
We can take it.
Us?
Right here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Say, don't give it to me, I'll take off with them.
Oh, okay. They give me wrong
Walk out with
directions.
2 belts.
You know, the directions I just follow.
Are all the matches going to be on this map?
What's going on?
Going to be on this map right here?
The brown and purple. Which rules they gonna fight? Everything, heel hooks and
No
everything.
heel hooks. Everything else is okay.
You got like a minute
So
to tell us?
purple bell rules.
Purple belt rules.
Do we know which ones are gi and no gi?
Yeah. Gi,
So, I mean,
gi, no gi,
wait a minute.
gi,
Gi,
no gi, no gi,
no gi,
gi,
gi.
a gi, no gi, no gi. No, that's in the gi. Sorry.
This one?
Yep, top seven. No gi is number 8. No gi number 9. No gi number 10. No gi 11. No gi 12. No gi 13. And no gi 14.
Sweet, thank you.
Alright. Peach is gonna fight a purple belt?
Yeah, purple versus black belt.
How long we have until start?
I just went and asked if they can give us the heads up before we go live. We might
So
go live right
I'll
now.
go pee.
Okay. Bailey, Jade. Okay.
Aí, eu tenho tempo de ir ali no banheiro não,
Não,
Mijão?
vai chamar agora.
Ah, então esquece. Demorou.
It's YouTube, Alexandre. Isso é.
É YouTube.
Tá no YouTube.
Smooth Comp and YouTube.
DJ, you're good to go.
Check it out, the link. We're gonna start right now, live on YouTube. Hey. Guess we're live on YouTube right now, working. We have the Super 4 starting with the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a minute. Welcome to Roll Lot 12 Portland. This is the biggest roll lot they've had. Over 800 registrants for today. The kids tournament is in the books, and now it is time to start the super fights. I am Professor Chris Standing, black belt and head owner professor of Brazilian Top Team Portland, and I'm here with my esteemed guest,
Alexandre Vieira from BTT Long Beach, California. Thank you, Roll Lot, for inviting me to come here. As a first time, I'm gonna be a commentator. My English is not a good professor, so I'll need your help. All right?
You got that smooth accent, though.
Sometimes you guys gonna hear probably porra, caralho.
Hey. First competitor already called to the mat is Jade Hadley. These ladies, according to our information sheet, are both gray belts, and this will be a gi match. Braylee Oliver is stepping up to the mat right now. These ladies are pretty avid competitors, very, very experienced, and we're expecting some fireworks.
All right, it's a 5 minutes match. Gray belts, I know they have some experience on competing.
First super fight match underway. Jade opting for the guard pole immediately.
Right. Jade have a good guard game, working very well with the grips. Braylee have a good pressure on top. It's a high level for kids. I can see the technique going on here.
Opting for that long step, coming around the side. Jade doing a great job keeping her knees in on the frame, no guard pass. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind this is not going to be points scored, I believe, for these matches.
I don't know if Braylee likes to play guard, but she have a good game on top. So the perfect match. Jade have a good guard, and Braylee works very well trying pass.
Just over a minute in. Jade getting to that top lock position, looking for that Sankaku triangle choke. Braylee doing a great job hiding her arms and starting to posture away.
Ow. That was a good guard pass explosion. She almost had the pass one more time. Jade have a really flexible guard. She works very well with the guard. Yeah, both of them very aggressive with the passages. I started when I was a kid, but I don't remember to be good like that when I was a kid.
I agree. It seems like the level of the coaching around here, you got a lot of experienced coaches that have that time in the game, and we're passing it on directly to the kids. And some of these kids, man, I'm telling you what, they got as good at jiu-jitsu as the adults.
For sure. And when I was a kid, we had almost no tournaments around. And now having kids doing super fights is super cool to see how jiu-jitsu grow up. And not that long time, you know, and how much we can still grow.
Jade doing a great job with her guard retention, controlling the posture of Braley. Braley doing an excellent job keeping her hands off the mat as not to give up any sweep or easy opportunities for submissions. Both these ladies highly trained, especially for their age.
Yeah, Jade needs to start working on the guard because she's holding for a time. She have been really good with the open guard game, but right now feels like she try keep the pace. Bradley put a good footwork to try pass with the toreadas, and right now Jade is making her stop a little bit.
Just over 3 minutes down. We've got about 1:50 left in our very first super fight of the evening.
Yeah, it seems like Jade wants to only stop her, only avoid the game right now. They're active again. Good grips from Jade and good grips from Briley on top. It's very, very tight match right here. Like in terms of technique, both of them have a high level.
Very, very well balanced match right now. Kind of guard player versus guard passer, that classic battle. Braley trying her best.
Again, almost past the guard, but Jade have a really flexible legs. She brings the foot in front of the face and recover the guard every time.
Throwing that far side leg over and making sure she's keeping to her knee frames. Very good sign of the guard retention. Incredibly impressive for kids of this age. We're down to the 40-second mark. Jade starting to open her guard and climb just a little bit. She's going to have to take some risks. See if she can maybe steal that round away at the end. This will go to a judge's decision if there is no submission by the time expiring.
Yeah, I feel like Briley tried more from the second part of the match between the middle. It feels like Jade try avoid the game more than actually try play. Let's see, the ref decisions is through 2-1. Over now goes for the referee decision. They both tried hard, but I believe Briley took that.
Yep, we're going to find out here shortly.
Let him tie up, let him tie up. No rush, no rush.
What?
If there's any confusion at home, here's how that's usually going to go. The head referee is going to step back. They're going to call the other two side referees to their feet. When they're ready, they're going to step forward with the right leg, and at that moment, that's kind of the cue for all three referees to raise their hand at the same time, and the unanimous, or the person that gets at least 2 votes is the one that's going to be the winner.
Upcoming, we have a purple belt match. This is a fight for the belt, I believe so.
Yeah, so all these matches, the winners are going to go home with a nice shiny title belt. They will be a Roll-A-Lot Super Fight champion.
But yeah, Carson, I think Carson won the belt last Roll-A-Lot. So it's gonna be interesting to see him fighting once again. And you, coach, you like to do super fights?
Well, I reffed a couple of them when they first started the Roll-A-Lots. I like calling them from behind the booth here now. That's probably a little bit more fun, a little stressful. You know how it goes when you got all the students in the game. It's kind of hard to be able to give them all the attention that they need when they're getting ready, but it's definitely more fun for me behind the microphone.
Yeah, it's way less pressure. I love to come here to do that. Don't have to work. Put my face on a mat. You know, like, I love to fight, I love to compete, but being here is really fun at the same time. I'm enjoying.
I'm getting right to that age where I got to kind of preserve the miles on my body. I've been in this for a minute, and the wear and tear is a tough thing after a while. The hardest thing is coming to grips when you realize that, all right, you gotta step your training down a little bit, and sometimes step your coaching up.
That's for sure. I have feeling the age hitting my door every day. I feel the age knocking my door more and more. My body's not the same that I used to be. In my mind, I'm still 20s.
Exactly. First the age starts knocking, and then it just flat kicks your door down, and it's there on you. So.
Yeah, we have Carson stepping on the mat right now.
Carson Shipman representing the base out of Longview, Washington.
And we have Gus coming to the mat right now. I believe I saw Gus competing more in gi, so it will be interesting to see him competing today in a no gi. He looked like bigger than Carson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You never know. These guys are pretty muscular. Sometimes, looks are deceiving, but it definitely does appear that Gus has a little bit. Gussin on that
we
Uchimata.
start with Gus doing a good takedown.
Gus moving up, capturing the knee line, and then half guard.
All right, Carson have a good half with a hook inside. He just changed, but he plays very well with the leg outside doing the false hook over there.
Looks like Gus tried to hit that Darce real quick, but Carson said, no, buddy.
Yeah.
Postured his head out.
Gus attacking again, now attacking the foot. Carson responds escaping. Both of them stand up once again. That was a good shot.
Nice double. Little Sumigashe attempt from the bottom player, trying to off balance. Carson with a nice play at the back. Right now he has single leg back control. Let's see if he can set that second hook.
Yeah, until now, Carson were more defensive under Gus attacks, but now Carson's attacking half the back.
And he slipped
Gus
the elbow
did a
line.
good escape.
Very nice. Good jiu-jitsu out of these gentlemen.
Yeah, the level of those two competitors are really close. Nice to see the match like that. Not easy for both sides.
On the restart, Gus should have that top side control, little cross-face action, far side underhook. Carson throwing those legs up, trapping the head. Might be able to use it for a reversal here. Good job framing the hip and going north-south. Looks like he could be possibly
It feels
cooking
like
up.
it feels like Gus it gas out.
You got those big muscles sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're tempted to use them, and that can kind of drain your gas tank.
Carson looked like more calm during the positions, and Gus sometimes they can play like Leandro Lo used to play, a fake gas out, and come out of the blue with 100% everything, But it looks like he's a little bit tired.
Absolutely. Like I always tell my students, sometimes you got to take people into the deep water and get them tired before you try to drown them. Nice pass.
Nice mount too.
Maybe he caught some second wind. He was looking tired there for a second, but he just went off
Exactly.
on a two-position tangent, and now he's sitting pretty from the mount.
Pretty solid position he have right now.
Absolutely. There's a minute 15 left, so both these players have a little bit of time left to work. Now this has been an interesting match because Gus has obtained some good passes, some solid side control, the mount, but also Carson has attempted the back take a couple times. So it's going to be interesting if this goes to the time limit to see what the judges think.
Yeah, Gus. I feel like Gus attempt more submissions than Carson did during the match. Like I said before, for me, it feels like he was gas out, but that was my mistake. It doesn't look like that right now because he have a solid position on top and he's still trying to attack into the end. Now 10 seconds to finish the match.
Yeah, looking for a mother's milk. A minute ago looked like he was looking for that Katagatame arm triangle.
Yeah.
But Carson doing a really good job kind of pummeling his elbow out back to the feet.
Americana before too.
Absolutely. And that is our time.
That was a good match.
Good match. Some good pieces of jiu-jitsu showing up in there.
And the nice thing, I saw a bunch of different attempts of submissions. All right.
Beautiful match.
Beautiful match. Gus took a beautiful belt, a golden belt home. Now upcoming, we have a black belt gi fight. Oh, my mistake. We have a kids fight, a no-gi. And as Professor Chris said before, all the fights, the winner we're gonna take a belt home, but Ian is a great belt and he already fought on Raw a lot before. He have a belt, one of the belts. Maybe he gonna have a second one today. maybe Ronan will take one.
We're going to find out. This upcoming match will be another 5-minute match.
Let's hear it for Ian, everybody.
Is it 5 minutes? Ian Rodea stepping out onto the mat out of Hiva, BJJ.
And upcoming is Ronan from the base, Vancouver. Sorry for my, how can I say, not knowing, but Vancouver is here or
Just
Canada?
across the river. Well, I mean, there is Vancouver, BC, but a lot of these Vancouvers that we're going to see on our sheet tonight are just over in Washington.
Ah, so most of them are from Washington. The only Vancouver I knew it was from Canada.
BC, yep. Been there a few times in my earlier MMA days when I was fighting and cornering people. We had some guys go up there, but most of the time you're going to see Vancouver on your sheet, and it's just going to be Vancouver, Washington. All right, we are underway.
Another 5 minutes match. We have Ian putting pressure on top.
Ronan looking for that early guard pull, but there's
And
something we always...
Aurelia armbar attempt.
Ronan rolling that thumb.
And is
there it
over.
is.
That was a quick match.
Very quick. Beautiful Jujigatame. Classic finish for the armbar. Control the thumb, put the hips in, and make your opponent tap.
What? No, it's the other one. It's the other one. The referee is a little bit nervous, maybe. A long day working.
Hey, I've ref thousands of matches for a lot of these tournaments, and I can tell you guys at home, if you've never done it, it is much harder than it looks.
And he got a second belt home, another roll-a-lot belt for his collection.
Absolutely. Ian, a very game competitor, a really active competitor. Beautiful pass right off the bat. When Ronan pulled that guard, once he established that dominant kind of top side control, he was able to run into Jujigatame. Nice armbar finish. If our information sheet are correct, we're going to have two pretty well-known high-level local black belts coming up. Robert Wolf out of Impact Jiu-Jitsu coming out first, followed by Derek Castro from Next Level Martial Arts.
Very interesting song, the Robert choose.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, huh? Robert Wolf, one of the instructors and high-level black belts, a personal friend of mine at Impact Jiu-Jitsu. He's been around forever. I've seen him play lots of games, but let's see if he likes to sit. I know that he likes to attack legs a lot. He's got a lot of really good leg entanglements, and let's see if he can bring him to bear against Castro this super fight.
This is gonna be a deep match, 5 minutes. And as we said before, another belt fight. The winner will take a beautiful roll-a-lot belt. And upcoming Derek Castro from Next Level Martial Arts. Did you ever compete against them?
Nope. Haven't competed against either. I've reffed a lot of tournaments with them side by side, but haven't competed against either one of them.
All right, ready to start. 5 minutes for a black belt match.
And I've just been informed that this is a rematch on their first match. Wolf won. Wolf opting for that guard pull right away.
Right, Wolf playing a guard, set up his half guard attempt. That was a good sweep.
Beautiful sweep. It's like he tried that bear trap real quick.
I feel like
Castro escaped the knee line and boom.
Yeah, I feel like Derek tried attack his arm and he missed the timing. Wolf took the opportunity and he got the sweep. Good side control on top.
Reverse Kasagata made to the mount. Nice step over. Oh, he's got a leg trap.
I don't know, but look like Wolf, it's lighter than Derek. Why he's putting a good pressure on top right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, I didn't watch the scales. Wolf might be giving up 10, 15 pounds to Castro.
A nice back take from the side control. That was a good attack.
Hitting that body triangle. Got the good seat belt. Castro trying to unlock that seat belt.
A back try. Was a nice attempt, but a little bit. How can I say? Too rush to attack.
Yeah, in that last sequence, Wolf lost the back, got a little bit high. Castro did a great job untrapping his elbow and kind of squaring back up to his
for the
opponent.
same game he played before with the half guard and de la Pelle. But Castro came like more aware of the game right now.
Looking for almost like a baby bolo there for a second.
Foot attack from both sides.
Little Ashi play, and now they're back into 50-50. I will tell you what, you leave your feet out for these guys and they're gonna have a quick snack. I've seen both these guys attack ankles pretty quick.
Yeah, I saw them sweep from the guard. Both of them get right away for the foot attack.
Just caught a glimpse of it there. It looks like Wolf tried to set up that bear trap, that almost calf slicer, a couple times, but Castro kind of wise to that game, was able to change his knee and slip the knee line.
As you say, it's a rematch, so they probably know a lot of the game of each other.
Oh yeah, there's been many tournaments where one guy's on mat 1, I'm on mat 2, and the other guy's on mat 3. We've kept an eye on each other's games for a while. Both these guys pacing themselves really well, looking very composed. We have about 1:40 left in this black belt match.
Good control on top from Wolf. He seems like very strong on the grips and established on the positions. He don't give much space.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but a lot of times when I see Wolf compete, and he hits a lot of IBJJFs, a lot of the local tournaments, he kind of fights all over, goes to the big tournaments in Vegas, I see him play the bottom a little bit more.
Oh, that's a nice knee bar attempt. A good escape from Derek. Wolf is again attacking the leg. Wolf is circling from one side to the other. And a third knee attack. Castro escaped. That was not methodic way to escape from Nibor, but that was interesting to see how he escaped 3 times in the same way.
That wrist, go after something, Derek. Go after something, Derek.
Again on 50-50. Good grips from both sides. Now it's Derek Castro try attack an armbar from 50-50.
Down in the closing seconds here, it looks like this one is going to go to the judges. And that's our time.
In
Excellent
5
match.
minutes, they did a lot of submission attempts. That was nice to see. Very interesting. The both of them put all to work.
Yeah, we saw a good mix there. Leg entanglements, sweeps, couple submissions, some control attempts. For those of you watching at home, enjoy your free feeds. We are live on Smooth Comp and on YouTube.
And Wolf, as a rematch, he won once again. Feels like he tried more submissions than Castro. That was a good control. He got his guard game was really, really good.
You need to take a picture from both sides of the. Sorry. Now you're good to go.
Upcoming, we have a kids match. Is a gi match. Both of them yellow belt.
And Professor, I'm going to help you with this first name. I used to referee her and her brother when they were littler than they are now, and I always had a really hard time with the last name. And parents, sorry if I messed this up after years of practice, but it's Taya Tonkyao.
That's hard for me to repeat. You said too fast. Taya Takio, maybe. And that's another thing from about accent. Sometimes it's hard to say in the correctly way. But I have the English issues too. The other day I was at my gym and one of the kids, 3 years old, let the spoon fell on the floor. And the kid came to me and asked, "Hi, coach, I left the spoon fell on the floor. I told her to go to the toilet to clean." And my student saw, my student hear that, like, "No, the toilet, go in the sink." Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, translation, bad translation."
There you go.
One of my English issues.
Don't feel too bad. The other day, you're getting a little bit older when you forget the word for the driveway. Couldn't explain to my wife where I left the car. I was like, it's in the, and it just took me about 30 seconds to remember. English is definitely, especially as your second language, it can be a tough one. Hey, you're doing great though.
All right. We have Taya on the mat right now. And upcoming, this one I can say, AJ.
There you go.
Aha.
AJ Duffy.
You guys probably gonna hear me saying like random things, but Duff is not the Simpsons beer. The name is not Duff. It's her. Huh?
For what? Say that again?
The Simpsons, the cartoon, the beer is not Duff. Same last name.
Man, I haven't watched it. I think it's Duff.
Yeah, I think it's the same last name.
Yeah, I think you're right.
As
Duff.
as the last name.
Duff or Duffy, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
somebody on the internet's gonna fact check us here in a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like AJ. It's a little bit bigger than Taya.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a 5-minute match.
I can see the tension just to start. I don't know if they fought against before. It's a good grips. They are very aggressive with the push and pull.
I'm not as familiar with AJ's game, but I've been around Taya for a little bit, and it's not uncommon for her to put 2 or 3 hours a day on the mat. Sometimes they'll finish out some of the kids and teens classes at one of the impact locations, and they'll travel straight to another one. So I know that both of these ladies are pretty avid competitors and like almost daily trainers.
From the grips, I can say Taya does wrestling too.
Taya almost looked like she was looking for an Ogoshi, but AJ did a good job kind of sinking her hips back and dropping. And now she's in the top side control position.
A good solid side control. She's just fixing right now for north-south.
Taya not able to get those knee frames in, opted for the front quarter position. We got about 3:40 left in this match. Lots of time to work.
Taya try escape from the back control, try and sneak it out for her back, for AJ's back. AJ attack his neck, end up on the bottom with Taya on the side control right now.
Taya opted. It looked like she was going to look for the far side spinning armbar. AJ with a nice adjustment. Taya in on possibly a Kimura or Choi bar attack.
Up AJ close a triangle with no arm inside. He's squeezing only the head right now.
Yep, referee saying you got to let go of that unless you have an arm. Remember, these ladies are still under 15, so there is a little bit of a risk of cervical spine injury. So a lot of times the referee is going to make that bottom player or the top player let go of the head on the triangle if there is no arm attached to it. We're at about the 2:20 mark. Left.
Good reverse attempt, but Taya is attacking the arm once again for the armbar. AJ end up on top. Is still in danger with the arm. That was 3 times that Taya tried to attack the armbar.
She's still got a hold of that Kimura.
Yeah.
She's working that Kimura trap where she's kind of rotating between a potential back take, the Kimura itself, or maybe fitting in for the shin-in armbar. Looking to climb the back a little bit. Maybe looking for Choi bar. We're going to find out. AJ actually doing a really good job keeping her elbow and her hand in nice and tight, not letting that hand get extended away from her body.
Still attacking the arm.
I like the way that Taya's kind of lacing her foot there and making it a little bit harder for AJ to use that classic double leg step over the head to unwind that Kimura.
Yeah,
Good
she's
technique.
literally hooking the the leg right here. It was hard for me to understand how she was using both legs in that way.
Very, very high level jiu-jitsu out of these ladies, both of them.
Still
Taya looks like
attacking the
she's
arm.
about to straighten that arm out. You see the grimace on her face. AJ
1
kind of holding on
minute.
to her own gi.
Putting all power on that submission. It's 50 seconds. Tap. She tap.
It looked like, yep, there it is. These ladies fought to the end. 48 seconds left on the clock at the conclusion of this match. But as many of you guys know the practice, sometimes you've got to tap or snap. And even that beautiful gold belt sometimes is not worth a broken arm. Congratulations, Taya. Beautiful match, ladies.
There, the picture.
Coming up next is going to be another no-gi blue belt rule set match.
is a no-gi blue belt. We have Caleb, and you can help me with this name?
Gage.
Gage. All right. I know Caleb fought Row a lot before, and I believe so. He did 80cc trials before too.
I think you're correct.
Both of them are used to compete on super fights, so this is not something completely new for them. When you go to tournaments, it's always different. When you attempt for a super match, the way they hit is a little bit different.
Caleb Limbrick making his way to the mat now, fighting out of Harbinger MMA. I guess we have a correction. Our sheet told us this is a no-gi match, but both these players are coming to the mat with their gi on.
On the mat we have right now Caleb. That's going to be interesting because, like I said, I saw they both did a few super fights, most of them in no gi. It's going to be interesting to see this time in gi.
I don't know, Professor. What do you think? You like gi or no gi more? I guess that's the debate, right?
That's hard for me to say because I love both, but most of my achievements are in no gi. I won Worlds no gi. I won Brazilian Nationals no gi as a brown belt and black belt. I did 80cc, so most of my titles are in no gi. But I really love to train and fight gi. There's a big discuss of that because if you think about it, on the back, how many submissions can you do in gi? How many can you do in no gi?
That's exactly what I say. My suggestion, guys and girls at home, learn to love them both. You can get twice as much training in.
I believe one helps the other, so you can be really good on both. Especially if your game, you don't need too much of the gi to play the game, and I believe that helps me because I used to train gi and make some adaptations for the no-gi.
Absolutely. We are underway. Ooh, both these guys right out of the box look like they're coming in hot.
As another 5 minutes match. That's a good thing of 5 minutes match, especially if you have only one. You can do all your power, your gas. You don't try keep nothing because you know you don't have nothing after.
Exactly. You leave it all on the mat. You don't got to worry about burning up your grips, getting that lactic acid in your forearms. You can just go, go, go. First 40 seconds or so far, we've got Gage and Caleb's exchanging some grips.
Gage pull guard.
Ooh,
A nice
right
upper. Is a tight one. Wow, Caleb escaped for a tight umber. He did a good job escaping right now. Another submission attempt.
Right back into that triangle.
Gage barely started, but he's putting his guard to work. That's a tight triangle. And a switch for armbar once again.
Beautiful transition from Sankaku to classic Jujigatame. Let's see if he can roll the thumb towards the hips. He's got a couple options here. Most common is going to be to step over the head.
Unbelievable. Cage escape
nice.
once again from this tight armbar.
We're going to have to start calling Caleb Houdini. approaching the mark where there's about 3 minutes left in this match. This has been action-packed. Both these guys came to fight today.
Yeah, Gage did 2 good armbars as I. We're back. We're back. I believe the Gage game is an armbar triangle, as I can see he likes to do, as I call a 2 against 1. 2 grips against one side, controlling, good control.
He's shooting that triangle again. See if he opts if Caleb hides that arm. I'm not sure the rule set, but these guys are blue belts, so omoplata should be allowed. Let's see if he tries to kind of bite on that triangle, if he's going to sweep, or maybe he's going to roll to the omoplata.
Maybe at this time I can say that Caleb is playing Gage game.
Absolutely.
That's the 3rd time that he try hit the armbar or the triangle attack. Now he's going to omoplata. Again, once again, an armbar, but this one I can say that Caleb is already escaping.
Yeah, those knees are wide. Caleb's got a bottom side staple on the leg. He should be able to escape the elbow or maybe opt for the pass here. I'll tell you what, Gage came to play today. I think that's his 5th or 6th decent bite on a submission, but Caleb's been able to dodge everything he's thrown at him.
And the transitions are really tight. From one, he goes to the other.
Yeah, just rapid transitions, right from triangle to armbar, look for an omoplata, rolls early, takes the top position, really high-level jiu-jitsu out of these 2 players.
One of the things that I like on chokes is doesn't matter how flexible you are, how big you are, if I squeeze your neck, you're going to take a nap.
Exactly.
So sometimes you fight against someone really flexible like Caleb looks like he is, because he escaped from at least 3 tight armbars.
Yep.
Gage just changed the game setup. He was playing bottom. Now he's attacking from top. A good sweep.
And it allows these competitors a little more chance to open up and start looking for those submissions, since they are not playing for points. It's either all or nothing. You're looking for the sub, or it's going to go to the referee's decision at the end. So in my opinion, that allows them to attack a little bit more and kind of showcase some of their skill sets. Now, I know if I was cornering Caleb, I'd just say, hey, buddy, we might be down on the cards. We have kind of a term for this at our gym. We call it a red flag situation. Stop playing for points in position, and we need to start looking for submissions.
In 20 seconds now, he needs to try something really quick.
Anything. The jiu-jitsu version of the Hail Mary. Go for something. Gage with another sweep. Beautiful guard
And
pass.
another armbar attempt.
Back
That's
in.
really tight. One. It's unbelievable to
And
see
time
how
just expired.
how Caleb escaped for at least 5 armbar attacks.
Really, really good attacking guard from Gage today. Some beautiful escapes from Caleb. These guys definitely came ready for battle.
And we have Gage winning the fight. I expect that because that was a lot of submissions attempts that he did, at least 7 or 8 as I count.
And these guys are still pretty young. I've been around for a minute, and what I'm starting to see is a lot of these, higher level blue and purple belts. I don't know, what do you think, Professor? I think a lot of their game is on par with what some of the black belts were 10 and 15 years ago. There's so many attacks now, and there's so many chain sequences, and a lot of these younger generations, they're coming up. I'm really excited about the future of the sport.
That's for sure. I think the every year I feel like the worlds say what is the fashion of the rest of the year. Whatever the black belts on the worlds play is gonna be the fashion on during the year. You know, I saw the half guard with the hook inside playing. I saw some of the black belts on the worlds playing that game. Upcoming, we have a black belt gi match. So, my mistake on my paper say gi, but it looks like it's a no gi match.
Yeah, I think they might have gotten one off for the gi and no gi when they went down the line, but that's okay. We'll roll with the punches.
As I saw before, those both competitors, they did super fights before on Fight to Win, here on Raw a lot before. Will be interesting to see.
No, he was calling. No gi.
Yeah, I wish. So it came to my ear that both of competitors, they are 40 years old.
40 years young.
40 years. They look like really good.
Excellent shape.
Excellent shape.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Tom got his black belt within the last month or two.
That's gonna be interesting to see. So he's probably his debut here as a black belt. Tom, it's no shirt, and Anthony is wearing the shirt right now.
Tony getting to that early collar tie. Tom looking to pummel back in.
Strong grip. A solid.
Both these guys in great shape. They both look like they could probably bench press your house.
I'm younger. It make me feel like I need to go home and work out more, man.
A good grip battle for these guys. Tony getting that collar tied, trying to stay heavy on the head. Tom doing a great job keeping his spine straight with his posture, looking to pummel back in when he can. And again, if you guys aren't able, excuse me, to see the clock at home, this is a 5-minute match and we're about 1 minute down.
A nice single leg attack. And a nice answer.
Tom with that single leg spin down, and Tony answered right back with like a single leg butterfly sumigaeshi. Look good.
So now on deep half guard. Different setup, stepping on the foot.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He's kind of, rather than the classic thigh pinch and hiding that front arm, it looks like Tom opted to kind of stomp on that foot so that the top player's not able to pass.
Tom looks like very solid on top.
For those of you guys familiar with this at home, when you're playing that deep half guard, you got to be really careful about the arm that's left hanging out in front. Most common attacks from there, what do you think, Professor? Probably Kimura attacking that front side arm if they don't hide it.
Changing from deep half guard to half guard right now with the shield.
Little knee shield action. It almost looked like he went for what you were talking about a minute ago with that half guard, half butterfly.
Yeah.
Back to the deep half.
Even the kids are playing the same game.
And here's that classic attack where they're digging for underhooks. Trying to see if we can isolate, usually Kimura or a violin armbar.
Interesting to say about this position. I like to attack the arm under the legs, going to a crucifix.
Well, that's one of the things you're known for, if I'm not mistaken. Loop chokes and crucifixes, right?
Yeah.
Along with many other things, but
Most like of those two. I can't find a connection between both attacks.
before I'd ever first met you, when you came up to Happy Valley Brazilian top team and did a seminar with us there a few years ago, what I'd heard about you is watch out for your loop chokes and watch out for your crucifix traps.
Once again with the half guard knee shield.
I think Tom's doing a pretty good job keeping that knee frame in to regulate the distance between the hips and also not letting the top player get to his head and flatten him out back on the shoulders.
But like we said before, there's no points over here, and Tony is the person who's making more attacks. So Tom needs to start working on, because it's 1 minute 20 to finish the match, and he had no submissions attempt till now.
It's always kind of a weird thing because that 5 minutes seems like an eternity, but it also goes by super fast. And if you don't attack and kind of, what's the old saying, make hay while the sun shines, you go home and you kind of think about the things you could have, should have, would have done. So you gotta make sure you utilize that 5 minutes when you're out there.
You are the kind of person, coach. You are one of this kind of person that after the fight you think about things that you should do or not.
Yeah, I've always been obsessed with combat sports since the time I was a kid. And, the losses are always hard, but you go home and you learn from them. And, nowadays everyone's got a video camera on their phone. And
no, those days make it way easier for you to find your mistakes. When back in the days, it looks like I'm really old when I say that, but back in the days we don't have cell phones to record our own matches, or cameras down there.
Yep.
It was hard to remember everything and the mistakes that we used to do. It feels like this kind of thing helps the sport to come up.
Absolutely.
And it's over.
Good match.
Good match.
Good control. Tony working that Kimura on the last 30 seconds or so. Tom was able to kind of pin his shoulders and keep his hand from getting behind his hip.
Yeah, the Kimura that he tried the whole match. In the end, the last seconds, it hits like tighter than the whole fight. And here we go. He's the winner for more submissions attempt. A nice match. I can feel like those fights, all of them, they put a good matches together. Like all the competitors, they have the level very close level. Hard to find someone with a different skill, a high different skill than the other.
Well, that's kind of the hidden art, and I think Roll-A-Lot does a really good job at that. They try to keep the matches pretty even to make it entertaining for the crowd and for the people at home, and also get some good matches. Guys and girls, I'm going to step away from the microphone. Professor Don is going to jump on and take my spot for about the next 3 matches. I do have some students coming up here soon in these super fight matches, so we will talk to you soon.
I will stay here, and my first time, as I said before, still doing being a commentator as the first time. Now I have my friend Orlando.
Hey guys, this is the owner of Roll-A-Lot. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Professor Alexandre Vieira out of BTT Long Beach for being here with us. It's always an honor to have you here, man. We got to have you more here.
Thank you for inviting me, man. The big boss is on the table, guys.
Yeah, we have Professor Don Stone out of Lone Wolf Jiu-Jitsu. He's going to take over the mic or some commentary with Vieira here for the next few matches. We have Professor Standing going to have to corner his team. So without further ado, let's have Professor Don Stoner take over here with Vieira. Thank you so much.
Upcoming, we have a girls match. Isabel against Jenny. Welcome to the table, Professor Don.
Thank you, my brother. I've been a fan for so long watching your flying arm bars.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Now we have girls attacking here on the mat. You were from here, from the south,
Yeah.
so you know most of the competitors here, the super fights.
Definitely a lot of good ones.
Amazing. For how long you have training?
About 20 years.
That's amazing. We have a specialist here on the table. That's good.
Well, not as decorated as you, but let me ask you something, Professor. There was news that Derek Moneyberg was going to be fighting tonight. Have you heard that?
Who?
Derek Moneyberg. He's the guy who's a multi-millionaire who got his black belt from Mikey Musumeci.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's gonna compete.
Hopefully.
That's gonna be interesting to see. A guy who put himself in this. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. You know, it doesn't matter how rich you are, what's your position outside of here. When you step on the mat, it's another person in front of you. You have to fight and face that problem.
100%.
And we have right now Isabel against Jenny. Isabel is playing the talk game right now. Good pressure.
Jamie with some frames, trying to get her half guard. Looks like she's trying to get some type of guard here.
Funny how the half guard is the game of the day today here. In most of the super fights that we have right now, most of them are happening on half guard. Jenny have a good pressure on top, just keep from the half and got the mount with the arm trap.
Wow, lots of pressure there from Jamie.
Definitely Jenny have a good pressure on top. She's putting a lot of work on. I can see that she's leaving all on the mat. Isabel right now, it's most like surviving under, looking for a window to escape from the mount, the arm trap, and the mother's milk attack right now.
Mother's milk is an amazing technique. Somebody needs to do a BJJ Fanatics on it. That looks like tight, brother.
Yeah, it just feels like Jennifer is a little bit too high right now with the chest. The hip, it passed the hip line. But I feel like she's more concerned to keep the position than to fix it right now. Maybe she have another attack from this one. She's just looking for the best timing to do it. And Isabel is once again getting trapped in the same position. She had a chance to escape the arm from there.
Yeah, she really shouldn't be holding her on top. She needs to start making space because all she's doing is helping her crush her.
That's the point of being under and hug someone on top of you. It is not MMA. So the top person cannot punch you. You can expose yourself a little bit more for that kind of situation. Not hugging is not the best option.
Especially in the submission super fights, you really got to move. Now, it looks like she's trying to move now. Maybe get to some type of half guard. Yep, trying to scoop the foot.
The arm is trapped once again on the mother's milk. And it's 1 minute and 20 seconds to finish the match. If she wants to try something, now is the time. Because Jennifer keep the position most of the time on this match.
We got Professor James Johnson in the corner here. Amazingly decorated black belt from Alliance Northwest. Looks like he's in Jennifer's corner. pleading with her.
She's solid on top. Jennifer is really solid with the mount and the top game. I can feel like how hard it is for Isabel to take her off or to create any space to try a type of guard or something else.
She's working the smother on top as she's giving Gabby Garcia like pressure.
Yeah. That's what it gets called. He called gentle art the translation of jiu-jitsu, but sometimes not that gentle.
100%.
And it's over. That was a good pressure from Jennifer on top.
Seems like Isabel just couldn't get anything going the whole match, but she fought her heart out.
And Isabel took a bell home. Solid win. I feel like she could have tried a little bit more submissions attempt, but win is a win, you know. She was having the control of the whole fight.
So, brother, you're teaching a seminar up here. I need to come to it.
We have a seminar tomorrow at BTT Portland. It's gonna be half gi and half no gi. I was saying to Professor Chris before that he asked me if I like more gi or no gi, and to be honest, I like both. And the beauty of the way that I found my jiu-jitsu is the connection between both the gi and no gi. So when I play gi and no gi, my game is pretty much the same. My attacks are pretty much the same. Of course, I don't have the loop choke in no-gi, but I have the guillotines and the dart strokes. So tomorrow I will show you guys the loop chokes, and in no-gi, we're gonna keep the concept. So going for guillotines and dart strokes, and the concept will be kind of the same, showing the way they use the gi and and
I'm going to give you a plug.
and it feels like we're back.
We're back.
We are having some problems, but it feels like we're back for good now. Having Beyonce and Haley on the mat. We're having some problems right now. I don't know if you guys or keep watching online a live. Sorry for that, guys.
Beyonce on the back attacking.
We are back. Sorry for the issues, guys, but we are back on live. We're finding some problems, but now with 2 minutes and Beyonce, it's on top, keeping some pressure. They start really putting everything forward on the mat.
Beyonce has been very active in the local scene. It looks like she has some unorthodox body lock. She kind of looks like a crab or inverted octopus. Haley Smith out of Adamson Brothers Jiu-Jitsu.
He's going for a leg attack. End up a sweep.
Yeah, the 10th Planet team are very well versed in leg locks. Now Beyonce's
Again,
going.
another leg attack. I'm not super fan of when you're on top, you try a leg attack like she did, because end up if the person just defend, you just give up on top position to be on bottom.
Right.
But she did a good sweep back to get on top once again. Maybe she tried because she feel she had the control to going top again easily.
Oh, Americana. Yeah, I think it's one of those things, Professor, where when you're confident in leg locks, you're confident to go back because you know you're better than the other.
Haley is really good to escape from the attacks, but as a submission attempt, she needs to try something really quick because the time is going off. It's about 25 seconds to finish the match, and most of the time Beyonce was the only one attacking.
Beyonce looking for a foot. She's on it.
Another leg attack.
Honey hole. Attacking the secondary leg with the foot. Oh. That makes my foot hurt.
Oh yeah, imagine me.
Oy, oy, oy.
And time's off. That was an interesting match.
So much talent in the Pacific Northwest.
And Haley, no, Beyonce take it home. So you asked me before and I forgot to ask you, what do you prefer, gi or no gi, coach?
Well, I've done gi for so many years, started with the Machado brothers, only gi. And then I've been doing more no gi lately because of the popularity. And, I was kind of getting bored with the gi, so I think I like no gi a little better now.
You like no gi a little bit better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's in a hype of the no gi, a lot of people are attending more for the no gi. One joke that I do to my students, especially if they're color belts, is if you don't train gi, you don't need a belt because you're not gonna wear a belt. So I don't need to give you another one, I feel like in a time, gi and no gi, they complement each other. I feel like train both, it's really good. But of course, if like you said, you did gi for so long that for now, like you're open your mind for something kind of new, because jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu, but the game is a little bit different in a way. Slight, way more, speed is different, and if you have a pressure in no-gi, you definitely gonna put forward, you give a hard time for the other person.
100%. And back in the days, it was either you did MMA or jiu-jitsu. Most jiu-jitsu guys went to MMA because there was no-gi events where you could get paid. But now with the UFC BJJ, Flow Grappling, who's number one, roll a lot. You know, I competed on many roll lots, and they pay their athletes and they support their athletes. So I think most gi guys now are training no gi. Where before, some guys, young guys, they didn't want to train no gi. Now it seems like almost everyone does both.
Yeah, that's amazing that Roll a Lot is doing those super matches. You know, a few years ago only, like not talking about for many years, but only few years. It's crazy to see how jiu-jitsu grow and how many events we have now. Paying cashing prize, you know, makes more interesting to, even more interesting to do jiu-jitsu, because before you only pay to compete. Now you get paid, even being a color belt.
So I think the new generation's kind of spoiled.
For sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. And I came from a new wave too. Imagine my master at the time, Murilo Bustamante, all those legends, you know, from Carson Gracie, when they used to fight for nothing, just for the pride, you know, and to make some money. Like you said, it was only on MMA. Jiu-Jitsu had no money prize, you know, and now Jiu-Jitsu growing, and you are able to compete in so big stages around of the world, you know, be knowing around of the world. It makes everything get easier.
100%. So here we have Baiman Malakhanov and Ayman Azagalov versus Eli Ruiz and Virgil Adams.
So it's 2 against 2. It's a teamwork right now.
These matches, guys, if you've never seen, are extremely exciting because the athlete can go back to the corner and tag their partner in. So it's a true tag team match. It's like Stone Cold Steve Austin going against The Rock.
That's amazing.
Hulk
like
Hogan going versus the Junkyard Dog.
the WWE.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
I don't know how they gave me the mic.
Starting with Elijah and Amen. A nice double leg attack from Elijah. And Amen just respond getting up right away. And there, we have 2 against 1. That was a small mistake.
Small mistake. So the strategy that a lot of people play is they try to get them to their own corner. So you can see now he's trying to bring him over to the corner so they can gang up. But Ayman does not want to go back there.
We have Virgil right now under attack. She's attacking the neck in a really good way. Try bringing him back inside of the mat.
He tagged his foot in. Now Elijah's in. I think these 4 kids could take on most adults, to tell you the truth.
Technically, yes. In a technical way, they're right high level. They can show. They put on wrestling, a guard game. They have a high level game here.
And if it's someone small like Hasbullah, I mean, there's no chance Hasbullah has against these guys.
I would like to see that. I would like to see it.
Ooh, he's going to tag in his buddy.
It's quick. It does not go to, it's not going to overtime.
So I saw Baiman at the last event. He's the one in the red American top team. He's very tough. His uncles are MMA fighters. They come from, I think, Kazakhstan. And they're so tough. Oh, he hits a foot sweep and he's pulling.
He wants to tag and leave it.
He said, "Come
they
on,
just
I'll take you
switch
both."
again. I feel like Eli and Vigor, they're doing the game of tag a lot. And Ayman and Baiman, I have issues to say the names, to spell the names, but Ayman and Baiman, they want to fight. None of them wants to tag the other to switch.
So I think this should go to Baimon because Baimon's staying in. They're just switching, seeing who can take them. Oh, now he's going to tag his partner. He said, I got kind of tired just waiting for you guys. I'm going to let my sister come in. Ooh, she comes out hot.
Oh, she made a small mistake. But she escaped right away. That was a good escape.
Oh, double A.
Nice double A.
Almost into the table. This looks like ADCC from 1999. One thing that the kids are doing is they're looking at the scoreboard, and that's a kind of a bad habit that you see with youngsters because in this match there's no score. I think unless...
Both of them have a good double leg attacks, but...
Another thing you mentioned was guillotines, and you don't see as many good guillotines like from back in the days. There was a guy named Paquinho Noguera. Oop!
Oh, that was a nice attempt Eamon did.
He's dragging her.
It's 1 minute and they're still doing a good thing of changing who is attacking.
So Virgil did something really cool. He almost got like a straight ankle lock and he used the ankle to pull her back. Good strategy here.
That's a good strategy. They're bringing her all the time for the corner in a way that they can try set up something different. We have Elijah on north-south position right now. And it looks like he's waiting for his partner tag and get inside, but Eamon is hugging him.
Oh, they're both on. It's 2-on-1 now.
Yeah. She have a good grip on the bottom. I don't feel like she's...
Oh, he just literally jumped in.
Time is off. It feels like Elijah and Vigo, it's a Vigo his name? Virgil. They kind of understand better the rule of this kind of match. If they end up winning, that's the thing. If you want to compete, you need to read the rules. If you don't understand the rules, sometimes it's hard to play by the book and you can end up losing.
Especially if you compete against IBJJF.
That's for sure.
But I don't have a patience to sit through 20 hours of YouTube videos. Amazing fight from the Brazilian top team and Can-Be Jiu-Jitsu representatives.
And upcoming, we have a super match. Could be wrong because I end up saying, but if it's a no-gi match, both of them, one is a brown belt and the other one is a purple belt.
I think one of my fans wants to take a picture of me. I'm gonna sell that on eBay. Make some money with my brother.
I feel people are gonna pay you to take it off of there. All right, upcoming we have Meiji Takio. I think her sister compete today.
Yeah, her sister, I think Tia. Oh no, that's her daughter actually. So this is the mom.
Oh, she looks young.
Jiu-Jitsu will do that for you.
Yeah, she looks young. That's amazing. So Meiji Takeo against Tasha. And Meiji is a purple belt. Tasha is a brown belt.
But, you know, sometimes in no-gi belts, not as important, you know.
That's for sure. Especially if the rules are kind of like, example ADCC. We had Kainan. When I did the trials, I was a black belt and Kainan was a purple belt. You know, and he ended up winning the trials and competed at the time. Isaac Bayensi was a purple belt too, and both of them made the finals of the trials of ADCC. So belts in no-gi don't say much.
Tasha Gould's coming out to Golden soundtrack. Amazing song by K-pop.
Strong and solid grips. Oh, nice guillotine from Tasha.
TJ's looking to lift her.
Yeah, that was a strong hug.
One thing I'm also impressed at is the top pressure and half guard that these athletes are using. A lot of times you see they leave too much space on top. I kind of just took over this broadcast. I was supposed to do one match, but they said they liked me and you talking so much, they fired the other guy.
It's my first time doing that. I was nervous about because first of all, I never did even Portuguese. Imagine in English, and my English is not that good. But I can say it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Sometimes I stay quiet because I have this bad habit to watch and don't talk about it. You know, like I'm more so like watching the fight, and I forget that I have to talk about it.
MJ doing something interesting. She had the wrist controlled, kind of a headlock pressure. Usually that's not good to do.
Yeah, if you're on top in the guard, usually it's not good to hug the person playing guard. Nice knee in the middle. Right now, she's cutting, but going to a danger half guard at the same time.
Yeah,
with the opposite leg. Oh, she skipped right really quick with the other one going right away. She wants to go right away to the mount.
She's kind of rushing it, you know. She let her opponent get to the underhook.
That's for sure. Like you said before, she's starting not giving any space, but on this time, she gave a lot of space to try pass. And points here doesn't count. So it doesn't matter if you let the person pass. Sometimes you let the person pass and you attack for something. You bring something to the table, you know, as a trap. But until now, Tasha is the only person who tried a submission in a guillotine in the beginning of the fight. MJ is bringing the knee in the middle once again.
She has to get her underhook though. She's not really getting her underhook. See, Tasha's winning that underhook battle. So even if she does pass, well, she has.
Now she have the underhook and a solid guard pass. But like we said before, there's no points. Doesn't matter that much. The points if she don't try any submission. Until now was very a tight match, but MJ is putting a solid top game, not giving space for Tasha to answer or try something, and it feels like Tasha is only trying to save her arm for the possible attacks.
Yeah, it's really something where if she had like a deep half guard, she could go under that leg, kind of work some deep half guard on bottom. But her arms are above the knee, so she's kind of stuck.
As we said before, hugging the person on top, it doesn't help. But just close yourself in a shell like a turtle. It doesn't help neither. If you're losing an eyes and concept way. Because right now MJ is the only person who's working for real. Tasha is most like trying.
See, again, she gave the underhook up.
Again on close guard. Let's see if now she brings something. MJ's putting the pressure on top again, exposing a little bit of the arm.
So MJ's been the most dominant, but Tasha's had the submission attempts. So how do you score this?
For now, in my vision, Tasha is now trying the nice armbar. That was a tight one. I can feel like,
Did she tap?
No, time is over. The time run off.
Wow.
And Tasha tried 2 submissions attempt. That's gonna be interesting to see.
I think we should go to Tasha. That's not. No.
That's for MJ1. What I feel it's a submission only, but MJ put the control during the whole fight. Tasha spent most of the time only avoiding game. That's what I was saying about it. If it was in the beginning, Tasha had a good guillotine trying attack, but not solid one. Right now in the end, when the time ran off, it was the time that she put a good armbar, but she had no time to try be effective with.
No, 100%, 100%. And you know what? It's amazing. MJ is embraced by her daughter, who's also a champion, and they had an amazing moment. They're both under some amazing coaches, and well, it looks like my food came, and it looks like this is going to be our end. But it was such a pleasure talking to you and cracking some jokes.
My pleasure, my brother. I'll see you tomorrow on the seminar.
I'm going to see you tomorrow, brother, and then when this guy comes, you can just have maybe not as much fun.
All right, and upcoming, we have Noah, purple belt, against Marcos Pecho. Pecho is a friend of mine from Brazil. He's a high-level competitor. He won a bunch of tournaments before. He's living here in Portland now, in Oregon, to be honest. Pecho compete in BJJ stars before. There's a bunch of super fights that he did before. I'm happy to be here and see him competing once again.
So never mind, I'm actually back because they said that they loved me so much. They
All right, I was saying that Pecho is a friend of mine from Brazil. Noah is a purple belt. That's going to be interesting to see because I know Pecho is a high-level competitor. You know, he used to be almost like a brother from Leandro Lua.
Yeah.
And
rest in peace.
Pecho used to compete a lot, so it's gonna be interesting to see him competing. And nice to see that Noah accept that challenge because it's a big challenge that he accepted here.
Huge challenge. Now these two just fought.
A nice leg attack from Noah.
These two just fought a few weeks ago in another show, and Pecho beat him. But Noah, his opponent, is a leg lock specialist.
Oh, so this is a rematch.
Yeah.
So even more interesting.
Now Noah is in on the legs.
A nice leg attack again, and once again. All right, I can see why Noah accepted the challenge. As you said before, it doesn't matter the belt, you know, that you wear, especially in no-gi. He's put on a show here, trying to attack the legs. a nice guard, really flexible really flexible person. Pecho is trying to put a pressure on top to try slow him down.
Oh, but Noah's coming underneath the legs, trying to get a leg. Now Pecho needs to worry about his right leg with a heel hook.
Yeah, he's on half guard, controlling the right arm. Noah now is on deep half guard. So Pecho moving here to train with Lucas Hook is by my side right now, coaching him. And one thing that Hook can have is a lot of pressure on top. If Pecho is training with him and learning some stuff, he know how to put pressure on top too.
100%. And then now, you know, he's already a Leandro Lowe. You can see by his knee cuts and his passing from the outside. I mean, he's a problem for anybody.
Noah have the deep half guard once again.
Pecho's just so good with that pressure, getting his underhook and cutting through with the knee.
And I can see how hard it is to keep the pressure on Noah, because Noah every time find a way to bring him back to his half guard and another leg attempt.
So that false reap was something that Gordon Ryan used to do that Noah just pulled off.
That's interesting to say, like even Noah having like so many good leg attacks, he had no chance until now to do something, you know, with his leg attacks. He set up and Pecho right away escaped from the attack and just put pressure on top, so he's not giving him a chance to try bring the attacks.
Pecho with a nice underhook, good pressure. If Pecho passes, it's going to be tough for Noah. Noah cannot let Pecho pass the guard.
It's 1.5 minutes to end up the fight. Pecho's only put pressure the whole match on top until now. Noah is trying set up, but a good guard, that's for sure. This kid have a really hard guard to pass.
This kid's pretty much submitted everybody in all the tournaments except for Pecho. He's on a tear.
That's a good level to bring on the table. That's why he accepted challenge. End up Pecho passing his guard right now on the side control. Let's see what they're gonna bring for it. 45 seconds to finish the match. Noah just reset the guard once again.
I asked Pecho what his nickname was, and he says in Brazil it means the between black and brown. It's called Pecho. That's what he told me.
I didn't know that. Never asked him. I thought it was his last name, to be honest. Oh, that's a good setup, but only 15 seconds to finish the fight right now. Pecho needs to put something on the table, or Noah. Five seconds.
See, if Pecho could have got here a little earlier, I feel like he would have submitted him, but that's
wow. And that's the end of the fight. It was a really tight fight. Like, no one had like nothing solid, just the guard pass that Pecho did. It was the solid position that we saw on this match.
But there was leg attempts by Noah. Wait a second here.
Pecho won. It was 2 against 1.
Pecho. Viva la Pecho, viva la Brazil. I gotta go.
I'll see you later, brother. All right, upcoming our next fight. We have
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be back. Thank you to Professor Don Stoner, owner and head coach of Lone Wolf Academy in Washington. Had to step away from the mic briefly. Had a few students competing on the other mats. Then, of course, that tag team match. The winners of that tag team match. Some of those guys are my dudes. Ladies and gentlemen, expect some fireworks out of this next match. Logan Marshall versus Hatifa Penny. Both very, very experienced, very high-level competitors.
Welcome back once again, Professor Chris.
Always a pleasure.
All right, we have a no-gi match upcoming.
Logan Marshall, of course, from 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, Grants Pass. Those guys have been putting in a lot of work lately, making a very big name for their gym. Huge splash coming in. And for those of you that might not know at home, Hatifa Penny is coming from Canada all the way down. So we got that classic USA versus Canada matchup that Roll a Lot loves to put on.
That's going to be interesting to see. So, can you spell... It's Logan N?
Logan N. I always mess up his name. Some of the other guys make fun of me, but it's Haifa.
Haifa.
Yes.
All right. I could have never say that. Thank you for your help.
A lot of Brazilians call him Passarinho, Little Bird. That's kind of his nickname. Penny looking to pull guard first.
That was a nice arm drag attempt. Haifa ended up on top.
Now, Logan Marshall kind of known from the bottom with his really advanced slick entries and leg entanglements. Looks like he's working a little reverse De La Riva here. Let's see how Penny can deal with that top leg.
I don't know if that was a coincidence, but all the matches on half guard. And once again,
Penny doing a great job controlling that outside ankle of Logan, but Logan is, like I say, he's known for his leg entanglements. He can switch pretty rapidly between the two legs. As soon as you put up a defense on the right leg, boom, he's entering in on the left.
nice turn. He's going for the famous Musumeshi attack with the head.
Kind of shelving that foot up on the shoulder, controlling the angle.
Good control on top, good like defenses.
One of my favorite things to watch from these ultra high level competitors is you can't, they got that poker face. You can't tell what they're thinking. The composure on their face, you can tell they're really cerebral fighters. They're looking to, detangle legs. They're looking to advance. They're always keeping mind open that they can sweep or submit from here. But some of these guys are just really comfortable in some of these leg entanglements.
You literally have to use the poker face, because if you show that you're tired, or if you show any risk of pain, the person's gonna use that against you.
Blood in the water to a shark, yep.
It's 2 minutes of fight, a lot of moves going on. We have Logan playing his lockdown.
Logan does have a nice lockdown. Something that's kind of interesting to me is you see a lot of people high level, and I used to deal with the lockdown in different ways, but I stumbled one day on the internet of all things. Something called the lock pick for the lockdown. For those of you guys at home, if you don't know it, maybe look it up, research it, and it's my favorite way to teach people to deny that really tight lockdown now.
Funny way to try defend or attack from lockdown that
kind of pulling the toe up and unhitching it, almost like old school Frank Mir type.
Yeah. At the same time, he can put himself in danger with the shoulder crunch when he brings his hand on that way.
We got about 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in this match. A lot of action, a lot of movement. These guys are out here to get it.
That's the first time they fought against each other?
I'm not sure, but I think so. I think there's a couple belts maybe that separate these guys. I can't remember. I think, I'll probably say it wrong. I think Logan is purple belt, and I think Penny has received his black belt, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was saying in the match before, Pichu is a black belt. He have a name already on the scene, and Noah as a purple belt accept a big challenge. And he did amazing job against Pichu with the guard, and the leg attacks. So in no-gi, belt doesn't mean that much. Nope. And as you see Logan playing right now, giving a hard time to Penny to work on top. Penny is not doing any like submission attack. He's keeping the pressure on top. Logan's having a hard time to set up anything, but he's keeping him on the lockdown.
What's that old saying the Gracie said? I'll keep it the PG version. Your belt covers 2 inches of your butt, and you got to cover the rest.
Yeah, that's for sure. But if you put a different color of belt on your hips, and you don't guarantee that you have a level to keep there, you're gonna pay the price too.
Well, that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu, is unlike some other like traditional martial arts, is you have to prove yourself every day. At the end of the training and the drilling, you still got to spar those people. You can talk about how good you are, but you got to back it up on the mat at the end of class every day.
That's for sure. If you don't show up and you train sooner, your teammates, you're gonna feel the difference between you and your teammates that put on a hard work on the mat. Right now we have Penny passing guard and trying the mountain, end up on half guard once again. And 2-1 time.
It's going to be interesting to see how they score this.
Yeah, there was no submission attempts, but it feels like Penny keep the control most of the fight on top. Passing guard right now in the end.
Especially that last minute and a half, 2 minutes, he was able to kind of flatten Logan out. Looks like he's going to get the decision.
It was once again a split decision, and Penny got home the belt of Roll-A-Lot.
Congratulations to both those fighters, both top-notch, high-level performers coming out here putting on the show for us, for you at home, and for the Roll-A-Lot crowd.
So once again, knowing that belt doesn't matter that much, but at least it means that you have time flying like a pilot. So if you're a black belt, that means you're longer on this game, and your experience is gonna make difference. And it did once again here with Penny. Upcoming, we have our main event, the last fight of the day.
Well, I took that brief break. I looked over. I was actually fairly surprised. Our first competitor was going to be called to the mat, Aaron Teagues, a very common household name for upper echelon black belts here in the Pacific Northwest. He just wrapped up the Grand Prix bracket. So he's coming off of being on the mat here, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago. Might even be able to see some sweat on his forehead still. Teagues, of course, coming to us from Clark's University of Martial Arts. And this is match number 14. This is our final super fight match of the day. Aaron Teagues, also a veteran of many super fights for Roll-A-Lot. He's an avid competitor, and he is a longtime fixture of this organization.
Upcoming, we have Mikey Riddle. That's a very interesting song.
Making his way to the mat now, Mike Riddell from Redemption Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Two big dudes on the mat right now.
Big, don't let their size fool you. These guys are super athletic. And here we go. 6-minute match this time.
And here we go.
Dueling collar ties. Looks like Riddell might be setting up for a throw by. There it is.
Starting kind of slow compared to the other matches, but as it says, 6 minutes. They have 1 minute more than the other fights, and it's getting hot really quick. In 30 seconds, they just changed the pass of the way that they were fighting before.
This time looks like Teagues is kind of opting, or was opting, for that over tie to get rid of the collar tie. Now he's got the underhook. Riddell looking for that body lock.
Oh, that was a
on the-
nice
that was on
takedown
the
at 10.
pavement.
And the front roll save once again.
Absolutely.
So if you're a white belt, buddy, give attention for the front rolls. This can save you. Either way, that was a nice takedown that Michael tried.
Both these guys looking for their chances, opting to kind of use the measured approach. Very interesting. Teague sat guard, then tried to look for that wrestle up, settling for the half guard position now from the bottom.
Going for a... It feels like it was an anaconda choke that he tried. End up on the bottom right now.
Arm drag, wrestle up. Looking for that knee cut possibly now.
Nice. They just switched off to the bottom really quick. They barely give us time to say what's going on. And Michael got on top once again inside of Aaron's guard right now. Different scenario than before because they did wrestling game for at least for 2 minutes and a half. Right now inside of the guard, let's see how it's gonna happen. Oh, that was a beautiful attack.
Old school Turk or the Iranian lift.
What
Uh-oh, he's got the helicopter
the-
treatment.
That was funny to see. For sure, WWE
Hey,
attack.
you
I was
don't see
waiting
that
for him
too
to
often.
jump.
Both these dudes, avid gentlemen, not trying to hurt each other, just trying to showcase their good jiu-jitsu. Beautiful sportsmanship on that letdown. Some people are going to take that chance to drive your shoulders through the mat, but very good control demonstrated by both these athletes. Teague settling into that good side control, trying to transition up to knee on belly now. Second play for the mount. Riddell spins out.
Solid side control he has since the takedown that he did. I can see how hard it is for Michael to find a place to start working with his game. Two minutes to end up the fight. Aaron until now is on top. Having a good control now on mount.
Teague starting to move through those positions a little bit. Sometimes you got to wonder, these really avid high-level competitors, are they doing that thing we talked about earlier? Kind of play the game the first couple minutes, get the other person to expend some energy. When they get a little bit tired and they feel that person breathing hard, boom. Then they start to advance up the ladder. Teague's possibly setting up maybe a triangle from now.
That was a good escape.
Very good. Right back to the mount.
Once again, right back to the mount.
We've got about 1:20 left, and Mike's he's gotta keep that little tally in the back of his head that says, hey, I haven't gotten the benefit of some of these positions, and maybe start having to take some risks and open up and start seeing if you can catch another guy in a submission when we start getting under the 60-second mark, which is right about now. We
Once
got 1
again
minute
on the
left.
mount. Teague. Once again on the mount with the arm attack.
Referee's going to take this opportunity to reset the competitors, most likely from the closed guard in the center, as they were starting to work off of the mat.
Rito have 50 seconds to put on a show right now. His stock game. A lot of pressure I can see from here.
Almost looked like he was shifting that elbow.
A guillotine from inside guard. This is like totally new for me.
Hey,
Putting
maybe.
his arm under attack, and that's a tight armbar.
He's in tight on the Choi bar there. Hey, very good. Mike Riddell opting for that standard kind of front shoulder roll, but a lot of you guys are familiar with that Choi bar. You're going to know that people like to do that front shoulder roll. You follow him up, kick the leg in front of the head, and you have your classic Juji Gatame armbar finish. Very nice.
Yeah, hugging a person inside of his guard, that's the difference between jiu-jitsu and all the other martial arts. The bottom person is the danger person.
Yep.
Well, that was the last fight of the night, the day, because it was still on day. Thank you, Ro, a lot for inviting me to make this as a first time. A white belt here commentating. Thank you, Professor Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you guys
to be
for
here
having
with me. And I hope to see you guys soon for our next one.
It's always a pleasure to work with such a high-level black belt and avid competitors such as yourself. Again, thank you, Roll a Lot 12. Beautiful super fights. We had some great competitions. We still have the adult tournament coming up, so feel free to stay tuned on Smooth Comp and YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys in February, or actually November 1st, Tri-Cities. We're coming in hot. We'll see you then.
Great job.
Are you leaving, Coach?
Yeah, I got to go over. I think I got guys in the mat still over there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I had 2 dudes over there.
That's all Ryan. Ryan was killing it.
Ryan was going to Jacob was holding the mat, so I think he got a little too cocky.